Good morning. I decided to go live. Um, Life is okay. We are getting through it. Transition. So I just want to say happy Monday. Good morning to everyone. What am I into and doing right now? As you can see, I've been working on my Braid Girl line and I will be launching braidgirl.com within the next couple of days. I've owned it now for 4 years. I just haven't launched it. I will work on demo wigs and try to get them up, but I'll make more content for now, just so you can get an idea of the kind of things that I'll be working on. And please give me feedback. Let me know what you think, how it looks, and then I'll get some of those links up if you guys are interested in purchasing them or, and just going from there and buying them. I've got some singles that'll be coming out probably in a month or two. We've just been revamping just through our schedules. When you work a full-time job, when you have a family, you still gotta work around your schedule. So getting all that squared away. And like I said, I'm gonna be doing a lot more content, both here in Facebook, on TikTok, and on YouTube, just to keep moving as a digital creator and a content creator. If we don't put our first foot forward and our best foot forward and move in that, we'll never achieve our goal. And I'm realizing I just keep having a lot of little false starts and stuff, and I want to just soar right into that talent. So I will be back. I'm going to come up with some kind of podcast as soon as I can. The word of the day is do not let discouragement or anything stop you. I heard a very beautiful, you don't have a shirt on. You don't have a shirt on. Thank you.
Can you tell them about the worm lady?
When you have discouragement, or if there's some words that are coming to deafening your light or dim your light or stop you from where you're going, put on the blinders, put earplugs in so that you can move forward. I heard a story today about that. It was about the 3 frogs trying to get out of a well of some sort, and as they kept jumping, they were not making it. The first one died. The second one kept going with the other one, and they just kept trying and trying. And then finally, he kept hearing the negative words, you're never going to make it, you're never going to make it. So he died off. Then the last one just kept going, and finally made it out. And then someone asked that frog, how come you didn't succumb to the other frogs when they were listening to the negative stuff? And they came and found out that that frog was deaf. He couldn't hear anything. So because he didn't let, of course he's dealing with the auditory impairment, but because he wasn't receiving the negative information, he kept going and believed that he could get out of it. Nathaniel, you are going to get in trouble if you get into this. Move back. And he believed and kept going. Sometimes we let things cloud our belief and cloud our judgment, and we stop. This weekend I was talking to my mom about my music career and my artistic endeavors. And August for me was a blip because it just was. I lost my grandmother, and I had to really deal with a lot of personal things involving my life, the life that people wanted to mold me in, and the life that I believed I wanted to live. And as I thought back on just the first 20 years of adulthood with pursuing my art and pursuing my artistic endeavors, and having some success, like regionally, but not the kind of success that I believe I know I can have with my talent. And I was contemplating, okay, do I give up on this endeavor? I'm now 43. I know people like to say you're a 43, I'm not a rapper, but 43-year-old rapper, you still trying to do, ignite your career. And with streaming services and the way things are, the money, unfortunately, is funneling and dwindling in a way where you can't make the money you used to on the back end with royalties. You can if you do proper sync deals, and you can if you get it into a proper setting, and if you build your audience. It's still a possibility to do it, especially through YouTube, when I study other YouTube artists. And what I was telling my mom is, every time I get to that end idea button, and cancel the idea and listen to what other people are saying. I had one person who is a musician with me, and they had the nerve to say to me, you're a 40-year-old pop singer, and that's not even like I'm a songwriter. Big difference. And I don't even sing pop music. I sing neo soul, progressive soul, rock, and other things. And they play music right along with me. They play a guitar right along with me, but they were trying to dim my light in that moment. because they could see I was taking off again in the arena. The false starts, life, situations that happen, money problems, whatever, job, income loss, whatever, comes and sometimes it siphons your creative goals or your creative energy. So the goal for yourself is to be like that frog, turn a deaf ear to all negative anything, and keep trying to get to your lane. I had to keep telling myself when I wanted to hit the end button, Chanel, you haven't scratched the surface in what you were trying to do. In your early 20s, you were just learning how to live and working on creativity and trying to figure out who you were as a beginner musician. You're in the intermediate lane in some areas, but there's some areas where you still can work on some of your gifts to get to professional. You just have to keep pursuing to get to professional and work on that skill set, work on the craft, work on the ideas, and don't give up. And then you have to submit to opportunities. You have to get your best work into opportunities. So it's not just submitting a song that you wrote that may be like a D game or a F game. You got to submit your A game to opportunities. Sometimes you're going in half-baked. Sometimes you're going in because you've been catting around or doing something and you didn't put your best foot forward in that work. There was I'll find it and put it up here. There was a monologue this lady said in this movie, and she was talking to her, I guess her spouse, about how he was putting blame on the family for him not walking in his career. And she said, I've been with you this whole time, and you're blaming me because you can't come up with the germ of an idea. You're living in this imposter syndrome, but you're not putting in the work to refine. And you're wanting to put blame on everybody, but it's on you. I look at my talent. I look at my gifts. I look at where am I with it? I know how to play that ukulele. I know how to sing. I know how to work in the performance lane. I know how to play a piano and sing and work in that lane. But am I at intermediate or am I at professional? Where I'm at right now in my life, I want to go for the vision and really secure and finalize this thing because I believe in it. So I can't hit the end button because I haven't tried yet. I don't care that I'm 43. I don't care that they call me auntie. I had a review one time with a music group and they listened to my music. One song they were like, this feels a little old and dated. Then the other two songs they were like, okay, this is good. This is like Jill Scott. This is like Angie Stone. This is like Erykah Badu. And then everybody in the thread was like, auntie got a lane. And then people were like, don't give up on this. Keep doing that kind of music. And don't give up. And everybody in the thread started saying, auntie, you got a lane. And in that moment, I had to really embrace that. Because for a second, I was like, I don't want to be called auntie. But I'm 43. And I got to accept that. And it's okay. You know, my nephew who was born last year changed my name. So now I'm an auntie. And I have another baby coming in that's going to call me auntie too pretty soon. So it's okay to accept the age. Don't regret it. Just refine, work your win, work your lane, and get to the goal. So for the next couple of months, what you're going to see me doing on this channel here and on all of my other channels is carve out my career and carve out my lane. My name is Chanel J. Wilson. I'm a multidisciplinary artist and author. I have what it takes to do the work. And I'm realizing that more and more every day, especially when I look at the attacks that I get from people where I watch this movie Cars. My producer brings up this story every single time. And I'll be like, okay, I'll take a note on it. And finally I was like, what was that movie? Okay, I'm going to go watch it. So I went and watched it. And it's the scene when Cruz is driving that car on the lane. And the other guy who's really good got up to her and was speaking all these words to her. And she was like, how am I going to do it? I'm letting him get in my head. And he goes, he's not in your head. You're in his head. That's why he's messing with you. That hit me like a ton of bricks. Because when I think about the many people who have recently come to me and tried to sow seeds of discord into the whole, you're 40-something years old, what are you doing? Or, well, you just need to give up on all of this. And da-da-da-da-da-da. Or the ones who are also in my lane and, oh, you could just do it for me and I'll do it. You know, I'm a little younger than you or whatever, you know, whatever. in those moments, it's like, no, they're not trying to get in my head in the sense of shutting me down. Me not realizing it, I got in their head. And now they feel like they have to do something. What that means for me as an artist is I need to look at the mirror. I need to see my talent for myself. I need to apply value and worth to it and confidence and go harder. Refine it and go harder. So that's the new fire revive within myself. I hope that all of these little antidotes blessed you for whatever creativity you're doing. Creativity and love can heal this world. Do not give up on your goals. Hi, how are you? Do not give up on your endeavors because you don't know who it's going to bless. Let me see. What did you say? Your lane should have wisdom in it. Let your music paint a picture that helps the people one way or another. Make music that makes change. You can do it. Thank you so much. And you're absolutely right. Music is a universal language. It can spark light and it can empower you. I recently had to revisit an album by my producer. And there was so much power in that album. And the words, the ministerial words, the prophetic words, because he's a gospel MC, it spoke directly to my situation. And it gave me light. Like it lit a pilot again. I hadn't listened to it in months. And everything that I was dealing with in that moment, from doubt to just everything, those words hit me. Like it hit me. It hit me. His project is called The Truth, the Game, the Gospel. It's not on streaming platforms right now, but it really was the truth, the game, and the gospel in that moment for me. And it's just like this Mr. Brooks just said right here. Let your music paint a picture that helps the people one way or another. Make music that makes change. Substance is very important. It's not about being a pop singer. It's not about being this sensual, I'm an artist, look at me, I need a microphone right now. It's not about that. Yes, I'm a ham. I will say that right now. I've always been a ham. But it's about the message. When I look at my older material and my most recent material that I've written, they're from my journal entries. They're from lessons I've learned. And there's some material that I've put out and people are like, I need a copy of that. That blessed me. So it's for you, and then it's also for the next generations to come to hear. It'll live outside of you. Okay, you want this to be my microphone? My son gave me this as my microphone. So, okay, there we go. Thank you for that. But it's supposed to be an expression of yourself. You put it out, but it's also supposed to be a legacy where it goes beyond. And that's what I look at when I think about my intellectual property. This stuff will be here when I'm gone. When I no longer physically here, people can hear that work and hear a message that can help them in their time span, in their lifetime. So don't give up. That's my word today for myself and for anyone else who needs it. You're going to see a lot more from me. I'm revving up my engine even more. Because I just feel like I'm working on a documentary about this, The False Starts. I feel like you put up something, you refine it, you polish it, and then you get it back out there and do what you got to do. Don't let the negative, Nancy, the negative, whatever, don't let none of that bring your light down or dim your light. You bring it back up and keep going. Because God said you could be here. God put that idea in you. And you just got to let it be. You got to let it be. Also, don't chase validation. Don't chase false accolades. You get in your arena and you compete and you do what you have to do. Remember, the competition has to do with what you did last, not against someone else. Now, yes, there's certain parameters in certain arenas in business and industry, and you follow that. But remember, competition has to do with what you did last. And it's not so much how can I one-up what I did last, but how can I see growth and refinement in what I did last? We should always see some kind of refinement and some type of growth within us. So that's what I'll leave it at today. I didn't want this to get too long, but I definitely wanted to come on here today and say something. Shout out happy birthday to my sister and business partner. Her birthday was yesterday. Big 27. Woo! So send her a shout out if you haven't. And I'll definitely be back with some more content today. I got a lot of little things I want to do. So have a good one. Creativity and love can heal this world. And I'm Chanel J. Wilson.